Yeah, good morning, Larry.
Women go to the mikveh today biblically for laws of family purity. Do they have to remove the nail polish?
1 second. Boker Tov, Rabbi Prague.
Boker Tov, Boker Tov. What was it? Is there any news in Israel this morning?
Nothing that was major that I saw an hour ago.
Mamshich.
Yes.
You have to see the good part of it is that for some reason Hezbollah haven't decided yet to go to a full scale, not because they're afraid of Israel. Unfortunately, please open in Sefer Melachim Perek Gimel, yesterday's Haftara, the story of Shlomo, first case that made Shlomo. Well, let's read the story carefully.
2 babies.
The story of the baby, yeah. Let's read the story as we are used to, which basically means Bible stories for Jewish kids. The story begins like this. As Shlomo was elected, keep in mind that Shlomo is very young. אז תבואנה 2 נשים זונות אל המלך. I'm sorry, מלכים פרק ג' פסוק ט"ז. מלכים פרק ג' פסוק ט"ז.
The last time I read this Haftara was 23 years ago.
Wow.
I'm sure, yeah.
Eli remember, because normally Chanukah, Miketz is Chanukah, Eli is right.
Excuse, why do they use the word zonot?
Whatever you want, Rachava Zonah, it's the same. Either Zonot means people, women who sell food. Normally it means mezonot.
Oh, right.
Mezonot, not zonot prostitutes.
You use that word for Yoshua with what's it? One of the other explanations.
Rachav, the same one.
You use word zonot, so one explanation she served in food, right?
Let's pay good attention to the text. Az kavona, as what? Look at the second. What is the az? So please look on Perek Gimel. Hashem gives Shlomo a multiple choice in Perek Gimel pasuk Hey. Look back, Perek Gimel pasuk Hey. The Givon was the big bama. בגבעון נראה השם אל שלמה בחלום הלילה ויאמר אלוקים שאל מה אתן לך. What do you want? Okay, so basically Shlomo is asking. Good, I'm not for learning. So Shlomo is asking in pasuk tet, ונתת לעבדך לב שומע לשפוט את עמך. Hashem gave him a choice to ask for power, for success, for money. Shlomo is asking only lev shomea. Listen good to the words. מה זה lev shomea? You ever think about it? A heart that listens?
Yeah.
No, that accepts.
Either that or lev shomea means very often you have to listen between the words. Lev lishmoa. Look, analyze the case and look. Lishpot et amecha, להבין, to understand בין טוב לרע. כי מי יוכל לשפוט את עמך הכבד הזה?
But you also can see my say secher instead of lev, you know.
Right. Eli is saying, yeah.
But the heart is more visceral. It's more real. The brain is one thing, the heart's another. I think
You want to judge with your brain, not your heart. You see what
Eli is saying. You want to judge with your brain. Oy va'avoy if you judge only with your brain.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I'm not just saying. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, specifically, Nashir, you shouldn't.
Right. ויטב הדבר בעיני אדוני כי שאל שלמה את הדבר הזה. The book is open in front of you. פרק ג' פסוק. We're talking about yesterday's Haftara, which is the first court case that Shlomo faced with the two babies. We're trying to look on it in a more mature way. Melachim Aleph, Perek Gimel. Shlomo is asking from Hashem, give me a heart that can listen between the lines. Yes. Okay. Hashem says to him, I'll give it to you. Here. Look now, you see how look at the pasuk Yud now. This now Hashem is, look how Hashem is granting him his request. Hinei asiti kidvarecha, Hashem says to Shlomo, I'm fulfilling your wish. Hinei natati lecha ilai lev chacham. See, like this is your point. Doesn't help if it's only lev shomea, as Shlomo is asking. Venavon asher kamocha lo haya. לפניך ואחריך לא יקום כמוך. You are one of a kind.
Sounds like a lot like Yosef, Rabbi. He said, Ish Hacham ben Avon.
This is the
no,
reason.
I know that's the connect. No,
this
no,
is the reason why.
No, there's also Vayikatz. There's a few.
Go now to Pasuk Tetzayin. This is the opening statement of yesterday's Haftara. As, now that he was promised, and Shlomo is celebrating. Here, the pasuk. Look at pasuk.
Starts from Tetvav.
Correct. Vayikatz Shlomo v'inei chalom, vayavo Yerushalayim, vayamod lifnei Aron brit Adonai, vayal olot, vayas shelamim, vayas mishter. What is he making a party now? Let Yosef brings the L'chot Simchat Torah. This is the source when you make a party for a siyum. Now that Shlomo got the wisdom and promise to understand, this is the celebration that Shlomo is for what he was promised. This is the background to understand yesterday's main story. Pasuk Tezayin. As there, where thousands of people are celebrating with Shlomo, as tavona shtayim nashim zonot el hamelech v'ta'amodna lefanav. Two ladies, this is the first public court case. ותאמר האישה האחת, בי אדוני, אני והאישה הזאת יושבות בבית אחד. We live in the same house. והילד עמה בבית. I gave birth first in the house. ויהי ביום השלישי ללידתי. On the third day after I gave birth, who cares if it's the fifth, second, or the same day? ותלד גם האישה הזאת. Basically what she's saying is 3 days in a new baby gives her the way to recognize her baby. Remember, she says, I know it's mine. How can you tell? It's a baby. It's 3 days different, and I spent 3 days with him. I had time to connect and to see the features.
Do we think that they're married to one man because they're living in the same house, the two wives?
Just a minute. On the third day, ותלד גם האישה הזאת ואנחנו יחדיו. אין זר איתנו בבית. No one is in the house but us. זולתי שתיים. אנחנו בבית. It's me and her. I gave birth first. 3 days later. Remember, this is the claimant. Let's say woman A. ויעמוד בין האישה הזאת. Her son died this night. Unfortunately, he choked because the mother, so this is the newborn baby. She woke up, she noticed, this is the claim that A claims, she took my baby, I will sleep. She takes my child, she's holding it. As if, yes, it's as if it's a child, but Bna met, her dead baby, השכיבה בחיקי, ואקום בבוקר, I got up in the morning להיניק את בני, That's my,
To nurse the kid.
והנה מת. Is dead. והאתבונן אליו בבוקר, והאתבונן, מה זה והאתבונן? I looked carefully, I paid attention. Remember, if she gave birth 3 days before, she has a connection, she can recognize the features of the baby, והאתבונן, I looked carefully. והנה, לא היה בני אשר ילדתי. The one that I have is not my child, because I gave birth 3 days before. This is what she claimed. ותאמר האישה האחרת, לא, כי בני החי ובניך מת. Woman B is saying, no. The kid was alive that I'm holding is my son. Your son is the dead one. וזאת אומרת, לא, כי בניך מת ובני החי. ותדברנה לפני המלך. So this is the presentation of the case. Woman B is holding a baby who is alive. Woman A claims, no, this was mine. She switched it.
Mute, gotta go mute.
Whoever is there, please go on mute. Mute. Every time people don't realize what he done.
Yeah, when you take them up, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, there's a way of mute.
It's above my pay grade, yeah.
You can mute all the.
No, leave it. Can you please mute?
You can tell who it is.
I know it is. Of course I know.
You can text them.
I know the woman. I mean, I hear the voice of the woman. Okay. Again, every time you open, make sure that you are mute. Every time, anyone is open, make sure you start with
You
mute.
want to unmute only when you want to talk and then go back to mute. I have a question while we're.
I say, half a second, let's read one more pasuk before we go to this. Now, we have very clearly the argument. Listen to Shlomo before he decides. ויאמר המלך, זאת אומרת, זה בני החי ובניך מת. זאת אומרת, לא. כי בניך מת, what are you summarizing a recap of a baby story. I mean, it's so clear.
No, but he said it in reverse. In the first case, he said the first one claims mine is alive and yours is dead. And the second one, he says, the second one says yours is dead and mine's alive.
Says the Malbim.
It has to be a different.
Says the Malbim, one of the cues that Shlomo has, listen to the psychology. Every time you have an argument, right, the real point that you have, you say first. Yes?
Right.
Pay attention to the woman.
Right. Yours is
Tell Shlomo, this one says, mine is alive, yours is dead. The other one is saying, yours is dead, mine is
Right, so
alive.
the key
She
yours
is not
dead.
the one. It is? That is a yofi. That is a yofi.
So
is that Malbim?
The Malbim.
By his choice of words, he showed his hand, so to speak.
She says
Her choice,
psychology, her choice
He gave
to
him an
say
insight.
yours
He
is
gave
dead,
it-
mine is
When the
alive.
second one said hers is dead, it gave him an insight
Exactly,
that
exactly.
she's a liar.
She's the liar because you want a baby. Hers is dead. Who cares about her? Mine is the baby. It's a yofi. It's not a summary. Shlomo says, here is the, okay, of course it's one of 5, 7 ways of learning. Okay.
But I came a little late. What prompted Shlomo to ask for this special type of lid? Was it an infinite prominent reason Shlomo wanted it?
Shlomo has a
Three
dream.
things I want to discuss. It's
In
not
the
the first
dream,
one, it's not
Hashem
the main
gives
one.
you multiple
Is that what
choice.
they want you to
Power.
remember? The second.
It's like
Success.
build up to it.
Money or
Oh,
wisdom. And in the multiple choice, Shlomo is asking, Lev Shomea, and then Hashem says to him, Lev Chacham.
I wonder what incident.
Right. This is why after he got his promise, then, so remember, this is the way the Malbim, he focuses a lot on that. ויאמר המלך, קחו לי חרב, bring me a sword, ויביאו החרב לפני המלך,
But even think about that. He doesn't bring me a sword. If I was the guy, I mean, you have to bring the king a sword. What's this guy thinking? He's a 13. By the way, he's 12 in the story.
He's very
He's 12
young.
in the story. He says,
Very
bring
young.
me a sword. I mean, I don't know.
ויאמר
You
המלך,
gotta ask a question that's prepared to accept the answer.
ויאמר המלך, גזרו את הילד החי, שניים, ותנו את החצי לאחת, ואת החצי לאחת.
I think everyone was saying this king's a little off.
ותאמר האישה אשר בנה החי, the woman who was the real mother. By the way we spoke is the first one. אל המלך,
Well, right. She didn't say Ben Hamet, right? That's if you continue with that
כי
philosophy.
נחמרו רחמיה על בנה. She says, let the baby at least be alive. It's okay, so I'm not getting, I mean, this is human.
It's a mother. It's a mother.
mother.
It's a mother.
ותאמר, בי אדוני, please, מאיר. תנו לה,
Realize there's a reason Nichmaru is used here, because it goes back to the all this word. How often does it come about? It's in this week's parsha. It's in this week's parsha.
the parasha, כי נחמרו רחמיו.
Yeah, that's what it's here for.
That's the reason.
You have 5-6 words already.
What's a little translation of Nechmeru?
We have to look at the English.
He couldn't control himself. He overflowed, I think.
Let's see how they translate what it said.
There's a better word. I think overflowed, Rabbi.
ותאמר, בי אדוני, you need one word. ותאמר, בי אדוני, she tells to Shlomo, please, תנו לה את הילוד החי, והמת אל תמיתו. וזאת אומרת, and the second one says, גם לי, גם לך לא יהיה.
That's where the story goes off the rails. Even the lawyer is not going to say slice the baby in half.
Yeah. So listen carefully in a second.
Yeah, you can't understand the second one. Who would say none of us should have it? Who says that? No, but that you can tell right away. He's like, he said, that's not about that. I think we could have figured that out. Who says kill him? Nobody should have it.
But even the liar would not say that. Even the liar, nobody would say
Right,
that.
doesn't say
No
that.
sane person would
It was
say
just saying,
that.
let him die.
Supposedly there was an error in the wind here, Rabbi. We need to get into that.
This is one of the 18 interpretations. We would go into it, but it's one of the 18 interpretations to this story. Hear what Mel says. This is the Meiri, believe it or not.
Yeah, but it's a while that it's one that I. Not that
This
I
is
know.
one of the 18 interpretations of the story. Everyone wonders, where do you see wisdom? Every baby in kindergarten would say what Shlomo says because it's very obvious, no? Where do you see the wisdom?
Oh, the wisdom. No, the wisdom is that he said, let's
look
cut
at
the
it.
baby in half.
Look at Pasuk Lamed.
The wisdom is not reading the answer, the way how he got her there. It's like a lawyer. How did he get the witness to admit?
The hard part of the story is the lady said, yeah, cut them both.
Yeah, that's what it was. It looks like that. You never said that about your son-in-law when he's living with you now?
Just send me the video. That's all I want.
Pasuk 30. And Yosef Rush, because they say that Nichmeru is compassion. Compassion.
Just compassion or finished.
Passionately.
Not finished. Overrode him.
The Prime Shmulevitz says, maybe, I'm using the word, of course he did, maybe she was a real sophisticated liberal and she understood all the psychology. This woman that says, give him the wife, she had a PhD in psychology. This is why she said it. She said it, I want the baby, yes? Let me say it this way.
So you're double sketching now?
Sketch 92.
Kushiyah chazaka mod, if you really understand, it's a big question.
Rabbi, liberals weren't around before the last 7-8 years, so the story is like 2000.
Even
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they want.
Yeah, she
Liberal
didn't have
behavior's been around forever.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Been around forever.
Listen carefully what Rabbi Yisrael, only Rabbi Shmulevitz can say here, the heart of God. Says Rabbi Shmulevitz, a woman that steals a baby from another woman would never feel and say she doesn't know what compassion means.
If she could do this,
If she can do it, if she is the one that really stole the baby and never thought what it means to steal a baby from a woman, the word nichmeru is not in her dictionary. She doesn't. ככה היה תמיד היה אומר. The fact that a woman can relate to compassion shows that ככה אמר. But everyone is asking, okay, vayan המלך. So the big question that the Radak is asking, The minute the woman says, give it to her, why didn't the other woman go, well, let me have it?
Right. Why'd she say kill him?
Why? Take it.
Yeah.
Ronnie, she looked worse. She said kill him, she looks worse.
She was smart enough. She understood that if she rushes to take it, the king. I mean, we are on a stage now. We have to see with the king. She was afraid to. Okay.
Too obvious.
ויען המלך ויאמר תנו לה את הילוד החי והבט לא תמיתו היא אמו. This is mother. וישמעו כל ישראל את המשפט אשר שפט המלך. Everyone that was assembled, thousands of people were there, and the rumors, ויראו מפני המלך, they got respect to the king, כי ראו כי חוכמת אלוהים בקרבו. So everyone is asking, where do you see the super wisdom? I mean, obviously you see,
Because think about it, Rabbi, who would say kill a baby? The wisdom is he was able to create a situation from nothing. You have a case that's almost impossible to judge, a baby that's 3 days old, and you have two ladies, each one saying, that's, and there's no witnesses around, right?
She knows that he's not gonna kill the baby.
What?
She were just regular stuff.
so the,
She knows he's not gonna kill the baby. She can say what she wants. She's sketching.
okay, so the Radbaz,
I think the question
No,
he
he
created,
looked at that. He was looking for the reaction.
the Radbaz,
the genius was thinking of creating the case that would get the
what
reaction.
Sammy said that the Radbaz 400 years ago, writing Tshuva, a long Tshuva, he says this is not the only. He looked on the face. He looks on
But
the.
no, it ties her up.
Oh, for sure.
Basically, he said, "Let's do this." After he decided already, as we said the Malbim, look at we said the Malbim before. After they present the case, it says, "Vayomer HaMelech, Zot Omeret Lechacha Yibni Hamed." What is he repeating? He's summarizing the argument. Says the Malbim, psychology is that if you are the real mother, you would say first, my son is alive, and not the one is dead. She says,
First son is dead.
Yeah.
Right, dead, yeah, that was the first part,
this
right?
is the hint.
That's the hint, that's the giveaway.
This plus,
So this put the seal on it, when she said it, he already had
So she
a.
didn't say that's the beginning,
Did he tell her that he had
so what Mel said before, yeah, then the CD will see the minute with the Meiri. It might said somehow last night, but in a minute.
Because
Why
these are not
they-
two strangers, they lived in the same house.
You
So
mean,
what
yeah.
is the dynamics
If
there?
you take this interpretation,
And what is Zono?
if you
Somebody
take,
said there was
well, so
Zono.
not
There's
in
no
selling
word, it's in the text,
selling mezonot.
It says in the text.
There weren't harlots, he's saying.
The question,
Yes. he said-
it's not, this is not what zonot is. Same as by Rachav, it says by Rachav, yeah? Rachav lived,
Okay, then.
depends on your education, depends on your
It's,
vocabulary,
it says-
depends on the neighborhood you grew up, of the zonot. This is the second time in Tanakh, Yoshua, when he sent the two spies, it says that they came to Rachav Zonah, the same question, yeah? And Imer is there at the end,
Over there,
yeah?
wasn't she the head of the brothel?
But some people say Zona Mamash.
This is good in
Huh?
in certain places in Judaism, people love this interpretation because it gives us subconsciously spice, drama, and other
What's the real
stuff.
interpretation, Rabbi? then?
What is the
Bocheret
other drama? If you're not
mezonot,
gonna be say, what angle are you?
She
What is the
serves
other
food,
side?
mazon.
Sorry, now.
selling
So
food,
now-
mazon is food.
Sort of like you
Oh,
serve your food.
I never in my life, and I never, I mean, I know, I heard it many times.
Wow.
Anyway, listen to this.
It's a
If
revelation.
you take, I'm saying again, depends on the dictionary you have, depends where you go, depends on the high school you went to, and I mean, this is
I
it.
only have the Harvard, MIT,
Good.
Columbia dictionary, Rabbi.
So I'm thinking.
Penn's a-
Penn, University.
And Penn.
Okay,
a Penn also. I wanna be clear,
She was on.
so mine is from the gutter.
good, good.
I never heard.
No, but
Zono means food.
she said it over there. Interestingly enough, well,
I
of
never
course,
heard-
Sam,
that's what I
because
never
you
heard
don't know Tanakh, because you don't know what Hashem said to you.
I like Pshat. I like
No, but if this is the pshat, when Hashem says to the Oshea, marry a prostitute, it doesn't say marry Zonah.
Yeah.
So if you really believe in pshat, Hashem should say to Oshea, ויהי דבר השם אל הושע לאמור, קח לך, למה לא אמר לו זונה? דרדק. I'm not talking about in the last, the last. Take it off.
Let's not waste time. Let's not waste time.
Those who like to learn this way will learn this way, and those who like to learn this way. If you take this interpretation, the Sami said that the Radba says that basically it's based on analyzing the behavior of the woman, the language they chose, body face. Comes out a tremendous chidush. Can a judge, a very wise judge,
use body language
can
you
you use outside sign without definite proof to make decisions? What's that?
Judge, all judges do that, Rabbi, unless it's a fixed case.
So why do you need witnesses? Lucas said, listen to the Gemara in Daf Nun Chet in Baba Batra.
But Rabbi, even they tell you in juries, don't they have in the courtroom people who read the
My
juries?
friend, I said
right?
twice in a
Yeah.
jury, and I can tell you again.
They know who they want to
With
pick.
the black guy that played with his iPhone all the time, he raised his hand. And what?
Wow.
I lost any trust I had in jury when I said a jury.
Good. He raised his hand,
Few
guilty
people
or not
always listen.
Right.
Few
The guy,
people-
you mean the jurist was playing on his iPhone.
Was he
Shimura
listening?
was unemployed. He didn't listen to it. I took like an idiot notes and this, summarize the case. But he's falling asleep.
Wow.
Okay, so occasionally you get up, don't read a book.
Wow.
Anyway, listen to the Gemara, listen to the Gemara. What I'm telling you now is the Tshuvot HaRosh, mentioning this story. Listen to the Gemara. Yeah, this is a juicy story instead of the Zonah.
Juicy story. Okay,
Can we count that as admissible evidence then?
Listen to this. Hahu Gavra, a husband, listened to his wife talking to his daughter. The husband listened. Hahu Gavra, the Shamalet Vitu, she tells her daughter, why are you having relationships with so many men in open? Look at me. Me and daddy have 10 kids, only one of them is kosher. All the 9 are mamzerim. Do what I do. He listens, he's in the other room. Here. Amai lo tzniat beisura, achit et ha'ai, asara banei. Looks like I had 10 kids. Veletli me'avuch. Your dad is only one. So now the man knows that from the 10 kids he has only one. Wow. This is what the education of a mother to a daughter.
And the daughter learns that all her
she's teaching
siblings
that
only have
don't go
siblings.
to Yale, don't go. Let me teach you. You have to do more. Listen to the man. The man doesn't say one word. Kishachiv, when he died, he says, my money goes to the one and only child I have.
Which one?
He doesn't even know who it is.
No one knows.
No, maybe the mother knows.
כי שכיב אמר לו, הוא כל נכסי לך דבר. לא ידע להם מנהל. עטו לקמי דרבי בנה. They came to visit Gemara's few stories on him, how wise he was. אמר לו, listen good, he says to all the 10, זילו, חבוטו קברה, take a baseball bat to your father's grave and
Bang on
it. Bash your father in grave.
And then we'll figure out who's the.
Yes?
One of them.
Other guy.
One couldn't do it. How would the son know?
He doesn't know.
Just listen to the story. This is the point of the story. I mean, it didn't come to us. Wait till your father wakes up and he will tell you. Aslu Kulu, except one. He's the son. It is deep inside. He felt connected.
In case it's why he's not doing it.
All the 9 went.
He had a connection that he was.
Aslu Kulu, all the 9 went. Hahu Debrei, the real son, lo azar. Amar lehu, you can, says Rab Benai, none of you is getting anything except you. They, the children, felt that they were deprived from the Azlu Achlu Kurza B'Malka. They wanted the government to say that there's a Jewish rabbi that takes money out from people without witnesses. Okay, it's a cute story. Okay, you put him in jail, the rabbi. Anyway, then they realized in jail how smart he is. This should be the Haftara. Yes, and they told him, okay, you become the chief justice in the government, in the country. Okay, fine. Says the Rosh, how can you take money out from this? Okay, I mean, we understand. There's no proof at all. There's no DNA. There's nothing. No DNA. Says the Rosh. Can you imagine the Rosh 600 years ago, 700 years ago says Shlomo is the son. However, to be honest now,
but there's a difference over there.
Listen
the ones that kill. Over here, there wasn't admittance of anything.
Listen carefully. Everyone that discusses the topic says, Chas v'shalom, when we lose a father, each one of the children has a share in the inheritance, but he didn't take hold of it. But legally, over there, none of them has.
Because he said only one.
So, yeah, the father was a father of the one only, yeah. So the others don't deserve anything anyway.
So it's not
what you see from the story that when you have to clarify something without taking money from anyone, it's only two. Who is the son? He is the son. By Shlomo also, are the mothers the owners? Are the mothers the owners of the babies? It's not. No one, parents are not the owners. You cannot sell a kid, you cannot buy a kid. Listen, the similarity that the Rosh learns in the Mishpat of Shlomo is when things are not clear, use your wisdom, analyzing the language, analyzing the behavior. No, you can disagree. I'm saying what the Rosh says.
No, I disagree with the Rosh. In the case of the two women, the truth was known. The truth was known. Over here, the boy, we women who switch babies.
Sammy, but every time you have an out, Sammy.
Different. Sammy,
the truth was known only for the two ladies. Give it to one lady only. How do you know? You're telling that you're not taking babies out from anyone.
But they're reacting based on truth. This boy doesn't know.
You have Rambam Mishpatim.
The boy's mother knows also. The boy's mother knows.
Look in the Rambam.
He doesn't know. Didn't tell him. The mother didn't say he's the right one.
But the mother knows.
Mother's out of the world. Mother's out of the story.
I mean, this is not taking babies out. Look at the Rambam.
The rabbi is counting on Hashem, something, making it
the Hashem is your interpretation. Look a second, the Rambam Melachim Mishpatim, you have a thing on the table in front of you. הוא לא אומר שהוא אומר שיש סימן שלמה, and that look at the Rambam בפרק כ"ד, ספר משפטים, פרק כ"ד, פרק כ"ד בהלכות משפטים.
Rabbi Eli was giving a class on this on Friday. So he told the joke. He says there's I guess in the olden days, a Hadan, they sent them to a country to go for a shidduch. They landed in the airport. Two mothers came and they started fighting. Who is he for my daughter or for my daughter? So they didn't know what to do. They said, okay, go to the rabbi of the town. I let the rabbi. So the rabbi heard the case. He said, okay, go chill him over. He goes, cut the guy in half. I give half to this mother and half to this mother for their kids. So one mother goes, yeah, that's a good idea. He goes, he's the one she's going to marry. That's the mother-in-law.
Very famous, very famous.
Listen, the way the rabbi says
very famous.
Don't say the same.
It's very.
His delivery is
look at the Rambam. I have the new ones also.
Then he goes,
so look at the Rambam Sefer Mishpatim.
The whole shir of 45 minutes after we go.
Perek Chavdaled, Mishpatim.
What chapter?
24.
Nachalot?
No, Sefer Mishpatim. Hilchot Sanhedrin.
Oh, Sanhedrin.
4. משפטים שופטים, yes. ספר שופטים, ספר שופטים, 24.
Where is that?
כל סנהדרין, 24. ספר, ספר שופטים. Listen to the interesting Rambam. Very interesting Rambam. This is here, right here.
This is Nashim and Kids.
No, sorry. Leave it. We'll use it in a bit. Okay. Here, you look out all the shoftim. Yeah, the shoftim here. Okay, listen to the interesting Rambam here. Says the Rambam,
But halacha.
הלכה א', יש לדיין לדון בדיני ממונות, דיני ממונות, על פי הדברים שדעתו נוטה להם שהם אמת. When he feels by the claims and etc. that this is אמת, והדבר חזק בליבו שהוא כן. Remember, we're talking about a real judge, not an elected to play the music people like to. Not our Supreme Court, it's a real judge, שהוא כן, אף על פי שאין שם ראיה ברורה. Even though it is, it doesn't have a definite proof, says the Rambam, and the judge, ואין צריך לומר אם היה יודע בוודאי שהדבר כן.
Without witnesses, without.
So that's his gut, so to speak.
No, for instance,
For instance,
the Mishnah says in Rosh Hashanah, if the Sanhedrin saw at night the new birth of the moon, so they know for sure that tomorrow they cannot say, okay, Mekudash.
You have to wait.
They have to wait. And the Chidushei Arim says, why? They know for sure. They know for sure that this is a. Why do they have to listen to a testimony and then do it? Or there is the opposite, but this is an example how you can know.
So why do you have to wait?
No, so many.
Okay, what's the answer there? I'm just
Because
saying.
because it's halacha b'kedusha chodesh.
In Miketz balayla.
In the Kachim Balayla, what you saw at night doesn't count as a
Oh, it
testimony.
doesn't count. Oh, that's
It doesn't count.
The key
Of
doesn't
course,
count.
of course you know the fact, but you cannot sanctify the new month unless.
No, that we know, but why can't they make that testimony in the daytime?
It's called Ein Bekachim Lachosh Balayla. So
That's what we don't repeat.
anyway, so some people are linking this Rambam, linking it to the case of Shlomo, because any way you look at it, you have to say that Shlomo used other methods besides.
Except the Rambam seems to say that is our case of Shlomo a dine mamonis?
No. As I said before, parents are not the owners of the baby. The idea of the name Amonot is it's not the name Fashon, it's not Malkot. The baby belongs to someone, it's not a possession. It's kemo, of course. No, some are saying you have a remez,
What it's not.
that you can take. If you read really many stories in big cases, this was used a lot. Obviously, it's very dangerous because every shnook might say, I understand it. Yeah.
You're actually allowed Motzio Chavero based on a
instinct,
feeling
an
and
instinct.
not on direct.
No, there's no Motzi over here.
I didn't say here, but in general. Let's say
When it's the name of Monod, you can't do it on gut feeling. You have to have facts.
Correct. But you have to have facts, but you have to make a decision now, yes?
no, what he's saying, you could do it on.
Look how careful the
Not
Rambam
the
is.
name of Monod.
Jimmy, listen a minute. No, אומר דילמה אמרו, but look in הלכה ב' now. Look in הלכה ב'. Sam, look at the next page.
Let's look at the subtlety.
look at הלכה ב' a second. כל אלו הדברים הם עיקר הדין. אבל משרבו בתי דין שאינם הגונים, he didn't talk about our generation, he's talking about 1,000 years ago. ואפילו היו הגונים במעשיהם, אינם חכמים כראוי ובהרבה בינה. Says this was in the original, like Rabbi Bina, yes? As finished. הסכימו רוב בתי הבדינים not to do it, אלא בראיה ברורה. With the case that is okay. No.
Got watered down.
So Harambam is saying in his time they were already not
I
there.
accuse you.
In his time you can't use it. It's
500.
It's 1,000 years ago already.
If a woman tells the judge, I know that this guy
Means the up there they put on the suit.
if he knows that the woman is a serious woman, he can switch it. He says this way, nice.
You sound like
Because the Rambam says even this is not.
Even this.
She said I'm not a biologist.
Come on.
Yeah.
Proof or not proof? Come on.
When they were
They're hearing.
They have to ask
I didn't realize the word of the Rambam.
I'm not a biologist.
No, I'm saying the original case of the Rambam was I accuse someone of owing me $1,000, he admits I'm 500. It says in the Chumash,
That's more than
swears. A
You pay the 500 and you swear.
woman says A woman said,
Let's hear.
look at the Rambam, go back to Halacha Aleph. ואמר לדיין, look at the fourth line, fourth. ואמר לדיין, אדם שהוא נאמן אצלו, ושדעתו סומכת. I know that this guy is a serious guy. זה האיש that has to swear, חשוב, I'm telling you, he's not, don't take him seriously. יש לדיין להפוך השבועה, he can say, no, you don't swear, otherwise. הואיל ושמחה דעתו, אפילו הייתה אישה אוהבת. This is,
יש לדיין להפוך.
No, he has leeway to make somebody else swear and change. It's giving him a tremendous amount of power here, by the way. This is all based on his guts and his feelings.
לכן הוא אומר בסוף, but the judges are not as wise, are not this.
But where did he get it from, Rabbi? He's saying it out.
There's no time to go there. Okay, this is.
Rabbi, don't we have established fact that women have an instinct more than men? That
Yeah,
instinct
I
is
know, but
valued.
Rambam- But you realize he's no,
But they can't even be witnesses.
but he's taking.
No. Wait, I'm just talking instinct. There's something about instinct that,
No, but
that's
he's
all the
taking
writings
it.
tell us.
He's taking it into account to say that instead of him swearing, he has to swear, must it? It's the woman's intuition that he takes and he changes the. Okay.
Some
Okay,
of us
now-
have experiences at home, right?
Now,
Sometimes you
let
find that
me-
you want to do
Rabbi,
something you didn't
Mel,
know
now
about.
we're going into the bizarre case. What Mel
Rabbi, in the Torah,
Film עוד.
whole Perashat is when
זה
the
יפה
Parah
מאוד
needs to throw.
בשבילו.
I guess the Rabbi.
זאת אומרת, אתה רואה שיש לג'אדג' אמיתי איזה
When he told
מקום.
him to find Rabbi in the Torah, when Borei Olam tells Moshe to find judges, Anashim, he gives him a list of, I forgot the 5-6 things. If you look at Moshe, he says, I could only find people that have one, and this is the time of Moshe Rabbeinu already. So I don't understand how this whole plays out.
Look, many judges, real judges, used to sit during the Din Torah covered with a lip. I don't want to see the faces of people. Let me hear. This guy might be a very powerful man in the community. He might be wealthy. He might be whatever. This, that. Now take the
We
Rambam.
have it in Perashat where Yosef told his brothers, "You're
Mel,
spies." Part of it
now
was how they
you-
would test when they
Are we saying that Shlomo did something spectacular here? I'm not sure.
Pasuk says it. Vayishma'u kol ha'am. What did they hear? What did the kid of 12? So
But, you
why?
know, so it's very interesting.
If you take what the Radbaz says, Sammy said, that he really took into account many other factors besides the argument between the two ladies. This is what the Chidush, Vayiru kol ha'am, and they understood. Now we're going to tell you something that is very unusual, and Mel mentioned it, the Meiri Masechet Yebamot, believe it or not. In Daf Nun Aleph has a new spin on the case. If you never heard it, it's my bug. It's in print 700 years ago to the Shah in Italy. Everyone says because it's a
How long ago did they find him eating, Rabbi?
they found it about 150 years ago.
It was 500
Look
years
now,
ago.
Rambam Nashim, Yila, have
We
enough
wrote
at
it
the
700
table.
years,
Look,
but we only
have
found
the
it
new one.
150
This
years
is
ago.
Nashim. Take this.
You know, have to try with.
Guys, we have enough. Look.
What? Sometimes he comes in the morning.
Take one. Rambam Nashim. Okay, some of you are learning Yevamot, but the basic halachot we know. Yes, a woman lost her husband, they have no children. The brother-in-law, the oldest brother-in-law, if not the next
They
one,
can jump.
are expected to do either Yibum or Chalitza. Otherwise, what happened if the guy did take her in, but then they found out that she's pregnant
From before?
from her husband? Or, so let's look at the Ramban.
Within the 90 days.
Don't they wait 3 months?
I'm open. Take the, you have another Rambam Nashim here.
What is that?
What is
Because
Look, רמב"ם הלכות ייבום וחליצה פרק ב', רמב"ם ספר נשים, הלכות ייבום וחליצה פרק ב'. That's it. The question is,
Yibum v'chalitza perek what?
פרק ב'. Obviously, they're right. Normally, you have to wait 90 days after the husband died. Even if a woman, even if
She
today,
can't get remarried.
even if a woman
for
has,
90 days.
even if
You
a
wanna
woman
identify
has,
the child.
even if
forget
a
they
woman
know,
has
she's
a
pregnant.
child, a woman is divorced, or a woman became a widow and she has children. Don't let a woman marry. This is what should be done.
Rabbi, you wanna
But
hear
in
a good
real
case?
life,
Real case? There was a guy, I have no names, still alive. His wife passed away, healed, and he wanted to get married within 90 days. So Rabbi Nachum was doing the wedding. So all the rabbis were getting, what are you doing? You're going against halakha. You're going 90 days.
Is she 70 years old?
Huh? So he told them, okay, he told all the rabbis, come to the house. He went by the guy's house,
Rabbi Nahum.
He brought all the other rabbis. They brought all the rabbis, all showed up. So the guy was out, he called the guy down, he goes, come downstairs. The guy came downstairs, says, who's upstairs now? The other lady was already upstairs.
The new lady.
So he goes, what do you want to do, rabbis? You want to marry them? Or should we let them go without? The guy says, I can't control myself. The guy said, I can't control myself. You know? So no, there's a true story. This happened now. So the rabbi told me, either we marry him, or we, like he said, he was 77 and she was, I don't know what she was. You know? So odds are.
You might have tried that once. Nancy said no.
I mean, the guy might not be around.
They're not. He said, you want to marry them or you want to wait the 90 days? You have to make a call.
Less than 90, for him.
less than 90 days.
Oh, it only matters that the woman has to be less than.
Yeah.
She was less than 90, from a divorce.
They're
No,
both-
not divorce.
Her husband might be passed away.
Yeah, but less than 90 days, 100 passed away, and the woman's remarried? Less than 90 days?
That's the point. But
Now married.
Divorce.
Of course they are married. Of course
She
they
was
are married.
consoling, she's beyond the ability to have children.
They were fooling around before. So why did they make, by the way,
Say that, try to
If she's not in childbearing age, why do they have to
Also,
wait 90
also.
You have to ask the rabbi. I think once they made a rule, they made a rule.
For everyone.
Right.
Yeah, no plug.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got here?
It's open.
we have to clean it up.
Hey, Rambam Perek Bet. Let's see what happens if the woman is pregnant or even if she gave birth. Just a minute. Just a second.
I guess he didn't know they were coming.
Huh?
I guess he didn't know they were coming. He knew they were living together.
The rabbi knew, of course, he's.
Was it after divorce or
I forgot. I forgot.
Give me a second. Give me that. I said Perek Bet.
Was it after passing away? It's a little rough. Just find you, and I really want to do that. Oh, can't you wait?
Even when somebody gets married, let's say,
No, I'm sorry. Go to Perek Aleph. Perek Aleph Halacha Chaf. Larry, I'm sorry. Perek Aleph Halacha Chaf. Perek Aleph Halacha Chaf.
Yeah.
Aleph Chaf. Okay. Okay. Let's start with Tet. Since the number 90 is already stuck in your head, we'll do Tet. היבמה לא תתייבם ולא תחלוץ עד שתמתין 90 יום. 90 days besides the day of death. ומיום הייבום או יום החליצה כשאר כל האנשים. ומפני מה לא תחלוץ בתוך 90 יום. The Rambam is asking, anyway is not marrying the woman. So why can't you give חליצה? I understand not to marry because it's your sister-in-law.
Should be able to do
חליצה.
it.
not doing it anyway.
Right, ומפני מה לא תחלוץ בתוך 90 יום. Listen to a rule that applies.
Why not?
It's a
They
rule
meet
that
the minimum
applies.
criteria.
It's a rule that applies in every case of Yibum, but every case means every case.
Yeah.
מפני שאינה ראויה לייבום. Don't say anything till the end. ונאמר אם לא יחפוץ האיש לחלצה נערו. The Torah makes a catch between ייבום וחליצה, which means חליצה is effective only if you can do ייבום.
Minimum criteria
ואם
comes
לא
in.
יחפוץ, if the man says no to ייבום, do חליצה.
Minimum
If
requirement.
ייבום cannot
90
be
days
done,
plus.
okay, so remember this is, I'm sure you bumped into it many times. כל שראוי לייבום ראוי לחליצה, וכל שלא ראוי לייבום ולא ראוי לחליצה.
Right, okay. But
בעת,
is this the Rabbanan?
it's דאורייתא,
Right.
because
There's no
they
exit
catch.
until you're in the room. You can't
בעת
go
שהיא
90
עולה
days.
לייבום עולה לחליצה, וכל זמן שאינו עולה לייבום, אינה עולה לחליצה. ואם ייבם אותה או חלץ בתוך 3 חודשים, it didn't wait the 90 days, הואיל ואינה מעוברת, if in reality she is not pregnant, הרי זו נפטרה. Even if, why like? Because even the ייבום counts as a good ייבום, so the חליצה is a good חליצה. The man did not wait.
The waiting 90 days is the Rabbanan.
The wait is the Rabbanan.
So what case is
אינה ראויה, if she's pregnant.
With that, no.
If she's pregnant. What happened if the
she's
moment
pregnant.
she's pregnant? אסור מן התורה. Every boom, Sammy, every boom is Eshata. If there is no children, if there are no children,
So Rabbi, yeah, if she has a child, then he's not connected to her.
Lord, יעשו את העריות מהזכרת. Now let's see. Let's
Without the 90, without the 90 is a case.
מהתורה, סמי, מהתורה. בואו הלכה כ'.
Rabbi, today's time where they can do a pregnancy
This is
test.
a good question.
Do you have to wait 90
It's a good
days?
question.
So then I'm gonna to see if she's pregnant. Today we can take a blood test and we can see if she's pregnant.
I'm sure that in a case like the Rabbi there, they'll say it's fine. Good, look at הלכה כ'. החולץ להיבמתו, גבר חליצה, please listen carefully now, ונמצאת מעוברת וילדה.
She made a mistake and she was pregnant.
גבר חליצה, but she's pregnant, which means you can't say that the husband died without kids, she gave birth.
So
Please,
the halitza is nothing.
please listen, we are learning the ABC, whatever you think you know, but this is the ABC of the הלכה. החולץ להיבמתו, נמצאת מעוברת וילדה. אם היה ולד של קיימה, please listen carefully, up to 30 days the baby is not a baby. אם היה ולד של קיימה, הרי זו כמי שלא נחלצה לו מעולם, ומותרת לכהונה. There is normally חליצה makes the woman assured to the question as if she's the OC. If the baby is a full-fledged baby, which means he is alive after 30 days, fine, nothing was done to you. מותר לדקות, meaningless.
As if he didn't do it.
ומותר בקרובותיה, ומותר בקרובותיה. He can marry her relative.
It's different. She's his.
ואם, that's correct. ואם הפילה, if she had a miscarriage, או 3 שעה 30 יום אחר שנולד, the baby died after 3 weeks. חוזר וחולץ. Now please remember that this halacha is consistent.
If you want to do
Chalitza, because nothing was, which means that having a baby is not delivering a baby, is having a baby is a ben kayama. Ben kayama is 30 days.
So you're going to say one of these babies wasn't 30 days?
Second. This is very consistent. If you look in Rambam Hilchot Rotzeach, if a woman gives birth, and someone shots the baby the minute he's born, a week later, it's a murder but not punishment by death. Why? Because you're not sure if he's a ben kayama or not.
A dead person.
Ben kayama means 30 days. Okay, so it says clearly here that even if you have a baby, we would not let you have a boom or chalitza unless we see the baby.
Baby's gonna live.
Comes the Meiri, remember. This is the Meiri, I mean, we would never dream, as he said before. He says like this: the story of Shlomo is a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. Okay? A mother-in-law, one woman A is the mother-in-law, woman B is the daughter-in-law. Now, the daughter-in-law lost her husband. She wants to have the baby alive. This way I don't need any boom chalitza. I can remarry whatever I want. And she wants to have a double jackpot. Even if my baby is going to die soon, I want the other baby to be dead. This way I don't have to wait for anyone to be chalitza.
How old's the baby in the case?
Again, it says in the text.
2 days old.
Again,
Could you repeat it?
The
daughter-in-law wants the baby so she can be free and clear. No, she wants hers to be alive. Once hers is alive, she's not connected with the child. Will give her a halitza. That makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Ulterior motive.
I'm going to repeat. It says it again.
She wants the baby. Guys,
Yeah, no, but no, it's brilliant. No, but this is why.
Before you explain, the story doesn't make sense. The lady said kill the other baby. It doesn't make sense. So the Meiri came up with why this lady said kill the other
But
baby.
listen carefully again. Why is the pasuk telling me I gave birth and she gave birth in 3 days? Who cares if it's a month ago? Only up to a month we have the argument, because after a month. So listen, the mother-in-law had a baby, and if the husband of her daughter-in-law died, she has to wait 13 years until she dates someone.
The mother.
Because there is a baby. There is a baby here, a male baby. So if a person dies without kids, and his husband had a baby brother 6 months, he has to wait 12 and a
He's
half years.
eligible to be part of the.
You understand how
process.
brilliant the story is? So this lady,
She wanted to make sure.
she wants to make
wants to be
sure.
free.
Give me the evidence. Give me the
No
evidence.
matter what, I'm free to date anyone I want. A, my baby is alive. B, the other one is dead.
This shoots a hole in the whole Radbaz theory.
Yeah, no,
Because the Radbaz said he was going on emotion. This is not emotion
no,
anymore.
this is the point. Of course, it's not.
This is
about-
on fact. He's saying that she doesn't want to wait
No, but
13 years.
Did he know that?
I'm just saying.
Someone
it's-
know the nature of the litigants?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, the
This
non-litigants.
is the fact
Sounds
that
like he's covered with Kalesh.
Shlomo, we don't read it in the
Yeah,
text.
yeah.
I mean, remember the Meiri, no one.
He made this up.
He made it up to answer many. He made it up to answer many questions.
But what gave him the authority?
Otherwise,
That language fit.
otherwise, the Meiri, this A is the Meiri. B,
You have the words, now you have to fit the circumstances that can generate those words.
B, you see, if you realize when I read you the story, I said, why is she saying that she
She said
gave
remember
birth
days.
after 3 days? Who cares?
Yeah.
This is why I had the opportunity to learn and analyze my baby. She says, how do you know it's your baby?
I had it for 3 days.
And,
3 days.
and
This is the
perhaps the text is
According
giving
to
you a
the
hint.
Meiri, it's הרבה יותר טוב. So basically, she wants to have a double header. You realize, hey, I have a baby, and if he's alive, I don't need him. Even if my baby is going to die in 2 weeks, I'm patur because the other one is dead.
So Scott, she's free and clear.
Right. And the mother-in-law, he learned that the mother-in-law felt bad. But this is
But that doesn't fit with the rules we know.
Realize-
My mother-in-laws don't feel bad. So
no.
I don't know how to
She
make
feels
the,
bad for her son's baby. Oh, she feels bad. No, this is the only.
I
Of
got it.
course, she feels bad for her son.
Grandson.
Of course, this is the point. The grandchild and the son is dead according to him. She wants the baby to be alive. So give him the baby. Give him the baby's hair. Take it. I want to have a grand. And of course, the other one doesn't want it because if it's my baby and he's dead.
Fantastic.
That's a geonut. The
The
truth is, I was looking. I have a set of Meiri. I was looking last night a few times. I went to. I don't have the Yebamot. Somehow it's not there. I want to see if he says it because he has a question in the Gemara or he has a problem with the story. I couldn't find it. Believe it or not, we have a set of Meiri this morning. I couldn't find it. Yebamot either. I'll find it.
Rabbi, the text you read now, you said Yaldan.
What? Oh, it's in Daf Yud Zayin. Daf Yud Zayin. I think it's Daf Yud Zayin. Here, I saw him. He brings it. Let me see what's up. I think Yud Zayin.
Rabbi, say me like that, you're good.
No, it's you have chance.
Rabbi, the text you just mentioned from the Rambam, you mentioned Yalda. She gave birth to a baby girl.
No, boys.
You know, but
boys.
the text you.
Yeah, the pasuk. Daf Yud Zayin Amud Beit.
She gave birth.
Yud Zayin Amud Beit. Yud Zayin. No. It says clearly. No. Yud Zayin Amud Beit. You have to be. Wow. Oh, let's see.
That was every question.
I have to press for the green. Yes.
If you get that spot on the dot that it is.
Oh, I
Rabbi,
see.
did I hear you say that you finally got an iPhone?
The school forced me to have an iPhone. It's the biggest decree I had in the last 40 years. They made me a slave. I used to say, Shalom, I have it every morning. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave. I'm partially a slave already.
I thought maybe it was your wife.
No.
But you're not giving our email address to us.
My wife has the number and one of my sons.
So what's the point of having the phone, Rabbi? Why they force you?
they send you always messages.
Who, the school?
The school, man.
Communication for safety.
We need a key to the office. So my meet used to send me the secretary has to work 3 flights.
Okay, so that's what they did for the last 1,000 years.
School, they announced it on the
Oh,
loudspeaker.
yeah,
Well,
Rabbi
this
Shimon,
kid
they
comes
announced
to
it
the
on the
office.
They're getting modern.
I don't know which part of the.
And
It's
also,
high school,
I did-
in case of emergency,
You
they
will
want to
follow
reach the teacher in the class. It's an emergency.
So I try to open the mirror here.
The whole school heard Eliel.
Yeah, sure, what's a big deal?
But today there are no more announcements in the middle of the class, no matter what. Especially,
Remember, the old system is much better than the new
I
system.
mean, we can see the.
Like Eli, oh, we don't wanna make the kid feel bad. The whole point is to make them feel bad when you walk in and they call your name and 1,000 people hear
when I went to high school, they posted all the regents results on
On
the
the
bulletin
board.
board and all the final tests on the bulletin board. Everybody saw everything about everybody, no social security numbers, names.
Here, right here. This is it.
There's an incentive to do it.
Yeah, for sure, come on.
It says, כל שנולד אפילו בן יומו אפילו יצא ראשו, והוא שאמרו בהגדה על אותם 2 נשים שבאו לדין לפני שלמה, שהרי כשציווה שלמה לגזור את הילד החי והשיבה אחת מול הילד החי, Meiri is asking the question that the Radak is asking. The minute the other woman says, give her the baby, let her run, grab the baby. Why didn't she run? This is what triggers this question. The woman, Shlomo says, I'm going to chop.
Why she take it and run?
The real mother said,
Let
give
her
her
have
the
him.
baby.
Right.
Why didn't the other one run?
Take the kid and run.
Just look at it. Look
Why
at it.
why did she say cut it?
Why the second, why say kill him?
Okay, so
Just take the one and go. That's right, that's how.
The king says it's my decision.
Right.
Don't run. She suggested that.
Right.
But the Meiri,
So if the kid's dead, then
Dead,
there's no.
yeah.
there's no-
That's what-
you don't have to wait
That's the
for
same
what?
slide up.
That was the brother.
היה ראוי לאחרת להשיב את שלי נותנת לי. Why didn't she scream? Hey, give it to me, it's mine. Let me have it. וכשאמרה גם לי, גם לך לא יהיה, not me, סכלות ופתיות שלה. She's stupid. Why are you saying it?
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give it.
Trying to figure
She
out.
admits, give it to me.
Why did she just take the
Because
baby and run?
ומה תועלת היה רואה בדבריה, אלא ששתי נשים אלו כלה וחמותה היו המאדר-in-law and the daughter-in-law. Meiri 17b. Wow.
Circumstances triggering why-
Yeah, but the Radak answered it on a much simpler way.
Yeah, good.
And it makes a lot of sense.
Good.
This is not shot, but he's answering.
No, he answers a lot of questions. But the Radak was very easily pushed off. You don't have to-
והרי זה says the Meiri, כל שמת תוך 30 יום, if the baby dies within 30 days, he's not born. והרי זקוקה לייבום. When she calculated that she might have to wait 13 years till the Yibum, says, but it again, החליפה חי במת, to say that this is my baby, and now I'm gaining 2 sides, you understand? A, I have a baby, B, she doesn't have a baby, you understand? but ייפטר בשני צדדים. וכשאמר...
To put it together. That's good.
That's
Even if you don't agree, you gotta give credit.
וכשאמר שלמה גיסרו את הילד החי, שמחה. She says very nice. When she says to her, give me the baby, he says,
You gotta wait, right, you gotta wait for that.
he's adding an hand. When Shlomo says, honey, she smiled. Shlomo Yergish, why are you smiling?
After I don't know.
She's smiling.
When he says גיסרו, and she's
Smiling.
So the
pellet,
daughter-in-law, the mother-in-law
Rabbi,
switched the
the
baby?
No, the opposite.
Daughter-in-law wanted to be
Brother
free.
will figure the minute she realized that her baby is dead, she's afraid now twice. Remember, the daughter-in-law, her baby died.
So good?
חכה. No,
Now she has halitza, she's stuck.
Because my mother-in-law has a baby on the line. Beautiful. I must switch it.
Right, there's no brother.
The minute her baby is dead, she's losing twice.
Yeah.
A, she doesn't have a baby. B, she has to wait 30 years now.
Yeah.
So the other-
The mother-in-law is the bad one.
No, the mother-in-law is the good one. Tell us.
guy, her young brother,
רגע,
her husband
חיפשתי המייל יופי.
is too young.
Yeah.
She's gonna wait for
But I
him.
understand, one line, he builds the whole case, he doesn't have a basis of Gemara or anything.
To be honest,
Kill him.
the Makot
Right.
comes out.
No babies.
Makot at the end
And they have
says,
deals like Columbo.
after Shlomo made the decision, the voice came from heaven, yes, he's right. See, the Gemara in Makot says, see, the
One more,
Gemara in
just
Makot,
one more
I
question.
think before you mentioned it, the Gemara in Makot says that after Shlomo made the decision, everyone is excited, a voice comes from heaven, yes, he is right.
Oh.
Ask, all the Achronim are asking why. Why do you need a voice from heaven? Because you can never ever
Hard to make
make
that.
a decision. ככה כתוב.
Oh,
ככה אומר מהר"ם
It's
חביב,
double, that's a
yes.
double check.
Why?
No instinct.
Because you just said,
At the defense.
Yeah, but
remember,
Rov Hashamayim here, Rabban Gamliel himself, but call us
this
worthless.
is the question. No, so the Shamayim is only to reaffirm what he said. ככה הוא אומר. It's to reaffirm, not that you said based on that.
Okay.
To reaffirm what he said. Continue to know,
Rov Hashamayim,
No, good. You see, you got the jackpot. You see that?
I told Sarah, make sure you understand, you gotta explain to me again.
No, again, you have to, the Chokhmah, you look to Rambam, the basics. Even if a woman, a husband dies, she has a baby, the baby has to be alive 30 days to be patur from the, to be honest. You have to wait 30 days, only to give birth, being pregnant 90 days. Being pregnant 9 months. If you know for sure that the woman is pregnant the full cycle, by murder it's a full-fledged murder punishment of death, by boom it's also. אנחנו אף פעם לא יודעים בדיוק מתי בדיוק עברה, ולכן מחדש. So in this case, זה הסיפור פה, אתה מבין? כל כך יפה.
So she's.
So
She has a live baby. She has a live baby.
Remember, the mother is also, man, listen carefully now. The mother-in-law has a baby. The mother-in-law has a baby. He's alive. The daughter-in-law is baby.
Now she
needs now 30 years for this baby to grow. She doesn't want
She's stuck. The daughter was stuck.
She's stuck. She's stuck. She has to wait.
She's stuck.
Because the baby's brother.
Before
No, but that's hard.
and her mother-in-law has her husband has a brother.
The baby's the
Hey,
husband.
brother. The baby.
That's why the brother. This is why she has to eliminate the baby.
No.
She stole the baby.
I know the word said late.
My baby.
My baby.
She's still stuck with the baby, right? Oh, no.
She's not stuck. If she has a child, she doesn't need
This is a evil. This is a win-win. Kill the baby or it's my baby.
Alright.
Either way, I'm free.
At the end, when the mother-in-law says, when the mother,
When she eliminates the brother, she's free.
right, this is one.
I'm sorry.
The baby
It's
lives.
like the 400 times you gotta teach to get the Gemara out, Rabbi.
Oh my God, you got it.
Baby lives, she's free. They say it's her baby, she's free. Right. And if they kill the baby, there's no
She's still
brother.
free too. She's free. It's a win-win. So it pays for the grant.